I requested two security guards 1 week ago. The punishment was very simple. We were at it'll air later this year on TV. Such a simple idea, right? So we were in a parking lot of like this strip mall kind of thing where people are constantly coming in and park in the car, run in and grab something, run back out. So a lot of turnover, a lot of volume. Yeah. And anytime they go into a store, a car would pull up, go into a store, then when the customer walked out of the store to go back to their car, they would catch me peeing on their car. Right. And our team, our art department rigged up this device. I had a backpack on and it had a secret tube that went through my pants and it came out my zipper. And when they would walk in, they tinted it yellow, Yeah. So whenever people would come out, they would catch me peeing on their car. And a guy raised his fist to take a swing at me, and I backed away. I knew it was coming. Yeah. I could tell I was pushing the guy's buttons and I backed away before he was able to connect. But it happens, man. But it's also hysterical. And the guy ended up signing the release. He loved it afterward. He found out that it was just, apple juice.
Well, that's what you guys do, because I will tell you that there's sometimes, because especially now with the way with TikTok and Instagram and everything, everybody and their mother does like pranks, right? And and I find a lot of them sometimes just not funny and in bad taste when I'm going through Instagram. People who are just looking to piss people off, but you guys do it in such a way where you're really breaking each other's balls a lot of the times, and it does seem like, even as I mentioned that White Castle clip, where the way that you're doing it enough, at first, at the very end, the guy's getting so mad. He's so mad, but by the end of it, he's laughing because he's like, what's going on with this guy? Because you do it, you're using because for most people who are watching right now know your comedy background, your stand-up comedian, also the improv, the things. So your timing is just, how to do it in a way that it's almost like a mechanism so the guy won't kill you. It's like, hey, I'm going to make you laugh. And you did.
Yeah, I think you nailed it right on the head. Our goal is not to piss people off. Our goal is to amuse people or confuse them to get and pull them into a weird reality where they're not going to get angry. And I think we've spent a lot of time thinking about how to stay on the right side of likability. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a typical prank show, you kind of feel bad for the people getting pranked. I don't think we're a prank show at all. I think we're a hidden camera show. Yeah, but the joke is on us, not on the not on the mark. Punishments, of course, go further than a typical challenge. But that's our job as comedians, is to make sure we stay likable to the home audience and also to our own beliefs and morals. There are lines I simply will not cross as a gentleman, and that's the right way to do the show.
Have you run into that though, Murr, when people when you guys, I'm sure it's like there's like a room when you guys are talking about the things that you're going to do, and has there been a few times where you're like, no, and they're like, you got to do this, and you're like, I'm just not doing it. There's no way I can do it.
I mean, it happens all the time. I think the fact that we're friends for so long, we went to an all boys Catholic high school like you. Yeah. I met the guys literally day one of high school and became best friends with them. Wow. So I think that is the secret sauce of the show. I know exactly how far I can push Sal. I know exactly how far Q will go and not go. We just know each other's limits. So it doesn't really happen that we push too far because we know what we'll do and what we do well.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think and that's why it plays. And, I think you're 100% right when it comes to it. That doesn't feel like a prank show. It does feel like the hidden camera fun, because it feels like even afterwards I've seen footage, and I love seeing that footage where the people that are in it are let in on it afterwards too, and they see like did you wind up talking to that guy at bringing up the White Castle guy? There was the couple, I guess. The couple was the one that I thought the guy was going to back into you at one point.
So the funny thing about the couple, it was outrageous. It was so funny. I mean, the girl trying to get out of the car and the guy grabbing her by the waist belt to pull her back in. And then she's screaming at me that you're white, or when I called her a Karen, it's so funny.
It's the way you propped up your body, and you're like, move it, and you're like, it's like this microphone that you're getting into that doesn't exist. It's absolutely, dude, it was killing me. It was killing me.
And then you win them over because the guys told me to start dabbing, behind them.
And Roy's like, stop doing it. Roy goes, stop. As your friend, I'm telling you, stop doing it now.
And so the woman in the car started recording me. And so afterward, thank God the guy in the car was actually in the police academy. He's trained to be an officer. So that's what kept him from coming out and beating the living hell out of me, you know?
Yeah.
He didn't want to get in trouble and ruin his chances of becoming a cop. Thank God. But afterward, they were laughing hysterically. And then when I came close and the guys came out, they're like, holy shit, it's the Impractical Jokers.
Oh, that's great.
And then we got their footage from the girl's cell phone to cut into the episode because it was so. I wanted her point of view of what I looked like.
Amazing.
Through the window.